Time. Hello, judges. We are all here today because we share a love for coffee. But do you remember the moment that you fell for it? For me, it was 10 years ago, after brewing coffee on a brewer just like this. It was the first time that I experienced sweet fruit in a cup, and it ignited a passion inside me that has led me to this stage today. Research shows that when we taste, our hippocampus lights up and memories are triggered from a moment we had a similar flavor. Maybe that was a recent memory, like the berries that you had with breakfast. Or maybe it was a more foundational memory, like the first time you had your favorite sweet. Now, I call these flavor memories, and I find them fascinating. And the reason why I'm brewing this coffee for you today is because the first time that I tasted this coffee, I was flooded with flavor memories from my life that were just so yummy. So I'd love to share those memories with you today because I believe communicating flavor like this can be more personal, can be more specific, but most importantly, more inclusive, ensuring everybody can understand and enjoy extraordinary coffee. Now, this coffee is a natural processed Chirroso varietal produced by Joan Vergara from Las Flores in Colombia's famous Huila region. This coffee has an incredible aroma, and feel free to write this down, of high-intensity strawberry candy. Rose-dominant florals. It is deep and layered with the flesh of yellow and orange tropical fruits. The aroma reminds me of my Auntie Paula's magical flower garden. Now, Auntie Paula lives in Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, and she has this garden with strawberries, passion fruits, and over 100 varietals of roses. So I have fond memories of being a kid, adventuring around her garden, and being engulfed by this incredible aroma that smelled just like this coffee. Now, the aroma and flavors of this coffee are amplified and enhanced by the anaerobic thermoshock process. So once the coffee cherries are picked at their sweetest point and submerged in water at 15 degrees Celsius, they are heated to 50 degrees Celsius. This thermoshock process ensures that the juice from the mucilage penetrates the bean structure and that only the desirable microorganisms remain. Then, the coffee is hermetically sealed in tanks, with the native yeast added to kickstart an anaerobic fermentation over 48 hours. And once complete, those cherries are quickly dried using mechanical dryers over 48 hours to lock in those flavors, and then dried further for another 2 weeks in a controlled environment to preserve the seed integrity. I remember when I first tasted this coffee. There was so much sweetness that it brought back a memory of being a kid in a lolly shop for the first time unsupervised. Now, I have $1 that I stole from Mum, and there's so much sweetness. My eyes are open, my mouth is salivating. I just wanted it all. And judges, today you can have it all. This coffee has so much sweetness, it'll bring you just as many yummy memories. This coffee has flavors of, and please feel free to write this down, while hot and warm, peach nectar, blood orange, wild strawberries, and passion fruit. My team and I created our own water for consistency and control. It is balanced with sodium bicarbonate. This highlights an aftertaste, while hot and warm, of apricot tarts and peach iced tea with berries, grapefruit, and fresh mint. My water is magnesium heavy to highlight a citric acidity when hot that is medium intensity of sun-dried apricots. And when warm, of medium-high intensity of tangerine. And when cool, medium-high intensity of passion fruit. The calcium in my water highlights an additional tartaric acidity all the way from hot to cool, like purple grapes. It is effervescent and fun how the acidities just sparkle on your tongue. This coffee was roasted to a 10% development ratio 10 days ago in Melbourne, Australia. This light roast highlights a confectionery sweetness while hot of Haribo gummies. I'm back in that lolly shop as a kid. And while warm, of tropical fruit juice. And while cool, of fresh strawberries and passion fruit from the corner of Auntie Paula's garden. My brew ratio is 1 part coffee to 16 parts water. This ratio highlights an incredible mouthfeel that, while hot, is medium-high intensity and syrupy. And while warm and cool, medium intensity and juicy. I'm using 18.7 grams of coffee and 300 grams of water split evenly over 4 pours. My first 3 pours were at 95 degrees Celsius, and my final pour is at 85 degrees Celsius. I dropped the temperature of my final pour to highlight the confectionery sweetness. The equipment that I use today is instrumental in achieving my desired flavor profile. I use the Hario Drip Assist with the custom-made stabilization ring and the fellow flow-restricted kettles to ensure that I have even agitation and saturation of my 3 coffee beds, promoting more clarity of flavor. I use the Hario V60, not only because this was the brewer that helped me fall in love with coffee all those years ago, but metal is an excellent thermal conductor, and it helps preserve those acidities all the way from hot to cool. And I ground my coffee at 850 microns moments ago on a conical burr hand grinder. I did this very slowly to further amplify the aroma. Now, speaking of aroma, for your aroma assessment, please swirl the server a few times before you lift it to your nose, but take as many assessments as you like over 20 seconds, and allow yourself to be transported back to a yummy flavor memory. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Take your time, I'll be back in a moment. Done with that one? Thank you. May I? Well done. Thanks. Judges, the time has come for you to taste this incredible coffee. For all further assessments, please enjoy directly from this mug. This mug is familiar and designed like a wine glass to preserve aroma and has a handle for your convenience. Allow the color to guide you towards the confectionery flavors. Please don't begin your assessment until the end of my presentation, and be sure to swirl a couple times before each sip. Now, when I first tasted this coffee, I was flooded with yummy flavor memories from my life, and the same might happen for you today. But it won't be Auntie Paula's magical garden. It might be something personal to you, like a picnic in the park with a good friend, or maybe memories of a bouquet of flowers from a loved one, or perhaps just memories of your favorite summer holiday. But if this is a novel flavor experience, let's just take a moment to appreciate that we are creating a memory here together right now through this shared experience. I will cherish this moment for the rest of my life, and I'd just like to thank you for being a part of it. I hope you enjoy. That's my time.
And time from Tom. Thank